According to a 2003 study on the government website Long-Term Care from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 70% of people reaching the age of 65 will require long-term care at some point in their lives. This is important because most of us know loved ones who are reaching this age, and we ourselves will live past this age due to the advancement of medical technology and healthcare. So this affects everyone. With Americans living longer, there has been an increase in enrollment of long-term care. With more elders enrolling in long-term care, it puts elders at higher risk for elder abuse. One aspect of elder abuse is neglect. I have conducted thorough research on neglect, particularly in the nursing home environment. After researching, I have come to the belief that neglect in nursing home must be recognized, prevented, and stopped. Therefore, today I want to discuss what neglect in nursing home looks like so that you're able to recognize it, as well as the causes and effects of neglecting nursing home, and what you can do to prevent, stop, and fight against neglect. First, you need to know what neglecting nursing home looks like. But before we get into that, what is elder neglect? The government website for the National Center on Elder Abuse states, neglect typically means the refusal or failure to provide an elderly person with such life necessities as food, water, clothing, shelter, personal hygiene, medicine, comfort, personal safety, and often or other essentials included in an implied or agreed upon responsibility to an elder. For example, some signs can include when the elders are soiled, their undergarments are soiled, malnutrition, dehydration, unsuitable clothing for the weather outside, and things of that nature. Now that we know what elder neglect is, I think you'd be surprised to hear that in 2010, a study was conducted from the National Center on Elder Abuse that reports over 50% of nursing home staff admitted to, for example, physical violence, mental abuse, and neglect. They admitted to mistreating older patients within the prior year. 2/3 of those incidents involved neglect. So I hope I made it clear so that you're able to recognize what elder neglect looks like and neglect in nursing homes. Second, you need to know the causes and effect of neglect in nursing homes, which include understaffing, inadequate training, inadequate medical treatment. Understanding understaffing, the cause of that is the nursing home facility can't staff hire a full staff due to cutting costs and financial reasons, so they won't hire a full staff. And the effect of that is when a full staff isn't hired, there aren't enough eyes on the elders or patients, which opens the doors for the elder to be left alone and for neglect to happen and for accidents and injuries to happen. Inadequate training is a cause of that is time. There simply isn't enough time to train everyone effectively, and because of focusing on priorities in the nursing home facility, they might not even see training as a priority. But the effect of that is many elders are misdiagnosed or treated wrongly, and that is very dangerous to elders, and that's also a serious effect. Inadequate medical treatment is due to lack of communication. That's a cause. When an elder transfers to the nursing home facility, they lose their physician who knows everything about them, and that treats everything. They know all their treatments and what they need and stuff, but they fail to convey that to the doctor that they're transferring to at the nursing home facility. So because of lack of communication of that, an elderly is again misdiagnosed or doesn't get treated properly. And going back to understaffing, in August 2005, the Department of Social and Behavioral Sciences reported only 3.7 hours worth of direct nursing care per resident per day. Now, there are many causes and effects, but I hope I've given you a brief idea of what the causes and effects of neglecting nursing home looks like. Third, you need to know what you can do to prevent neglect in nursing homes. So let's take a moment to look at some prevention tips. You can call and visit as often as you can, or you can pop in unexpectedly so they don't know when you're there to check and observe and witness even the abuse or neglect. You can also check elders' medications and make sure it matches up with records. And you can always ask questions and document problems. That way you have proof of what has happened, and if you need to report it, you have documentation. Now, I hope you understand what small actions you can take to make a difference in an elder's life. So, in conclusion, it is important to take away from this speech that you, now that you know, you're able to recognize what it is, what neglect in nursing home looks like. You're able to prevent neglecting nursing homes and the causes and effects as well. So now, keeping in mind that at the beginning that 70% of people turning 65 will require long-term care and the new information that you've learned today about elder abuse, I hope that you use this information to prevent and stop neglect of elders in nursing homes.